Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is terrible, terrible Tuesday. I'm happy to see each and every one of your faces. Hopefully you're happy to see my face today, or whatever it is you're watching this, morning, evening, on day or dusk, all that fun jazz. And please do like, share, and subscribe. I see I'm jumping up some more up there. I'm almost up to 60. Let's see if I can get one more in there and see if I can get 60 now. That's my next goal. And then after that, I want to set the numbers a little higher and go for 75 at my next goal after this. All right, guys. I'm fighting a cold, so please bear with me. That's why I sound a little funky today. The last couple days I've been fighting a cold. Today it's kind of kicking my butt. That's okay though. I'm still gonna do my thizzang, and do what it is I do to make you guys watch me, I guess. Now, this one is a movie from. I had to move my notes there. I was getting a glare on it for some strange reason. It's from 2009. There's a whole lot of people cast in this, but 90, I'll say about 85% of them you can't see their faces or tell who they are because it's a lot of grainy footage like security cams and webcams and VHS cams and just like all these different styles of film done in different ways, like of people dying. Now, this is the people that are directing this. It's we got three different people in here. We got Jerami Cruz, we got Fred Vogel, and we got his wife Shelby Lynn Vogel. And if you guys don't know what that is none other than the Murder Collection Volume 1. There isn't a Volume 2. I did notice when I got this last week. I just noticed it today, though. I didn't realize this had both cover artworks in here. So if it was supposed to come like that, or did I just get lucky and have an extra artwork in there? Otherwise, if I did, that's pretty sweet. Because I only paid I think it was like $12 for this with shipping. It was, for toe tag. That's pretty good price, I imagine. This is definitely not their best work, but I do appreciate it for what it is. It's basically what you got is a bunch of it's a mixtape of a bunch of murders, essentially. What you got is like different things from you see a father bludgeon his son to death, and it starts out from something very, very calm and serene, from he's just hanging out listening to some music, having a good time. You get to see that with the father. There's even a scene with a bunch of guys that have a girl hostage. There is gosh, what do we got in here? We got a Japanese fellow doing a autopsy, and that is by far my favorite segment of the entire film. It's pretty gnarly. The girl has a big old slit in through here, and the mouth is all spread open, and when they get down in there, it gets pretty gnarly looking. They put the spreader inside there, and when you see the teeth, I was so blown away on how good the teeth looked and how realistic they looked, the teeth in that. I was very impressed by that. Everything that Toe Tag does, they're very impressive when it comes to special effects and gore, and I'm just gonna say special effects all in all, because I know they don't want to just be considered a gore company, but they do a lot of great gore, or at least if they are, that's That's cool, man. I know that you guys have directed some quite a different range of films so far. Your best stuff, obviously, being the August Underground films. I still need to see Redson Tower. Hopefully, I get to see that one soon, so I can have something so I can compare that to this and the AU films. And I also have seen Maskhead. I haven't seen Sella Tershika, however that one's pronounced. I have not seen that one. And now back to this one. Th- this is all basically. Sorry, guys. Been fighting that cold, like I said. Um, it's basically, like I said, a mixtape of all of these deaths. They're all murders. It's years after this guy that runs a website that is full of death and murder, and it's a real gore type stuff, or at least that's what it's supposed to portray is real gore, and blah, and they do a pretty good job with that, and so they this guy runs the this website. He comes back with a vengeance, and he has the murder collection come out. And the murder collection, like I said, you got a segment with the father that's very very it's not brutal, but it is, the thought of it is very messed up. And there is like I said, there's a segment where these gentlemen have a woman kidnapped, and she is a congressman, I believe a congressman's daughter, a congressman, senator, or mayor, governor, something, one of that, a high-ranking politician type. They have his daughter, held captive, and that one, you get to see not see the repercussions, but see the repercussions of what happens if you do not come through with the money on a ransom note. Very real type stuff. I can see it happening that way. There's a segment in here of a husband who loved his wife beyond belief, and he finds out that she's been cheating on him, and that segment is done between two different footages, two different cameras, and you're seeing that from a web camera, I'm guessing, for him when he's sitting there telling his story of why he's about to do what he's going to do, and why it explains that they're in the background, just over his shoulder, there is a TV playing some footage of a male and a female having coitus. They're having sex, and it uh, gets a little like hardcore, I mean, you don't see anything close up, you don't see their faces, but you can definitely tell what they are doing. They both put a lot into they're both givers and takers. That was a for sure given thing on that one. So you get the jealous husband, and then what happens with that. And then you have another story about a jealous boyfriend. And that one really made me mad. I'm not going to lie. This poor guy, I forget exactly what his name was. He had a really goofy name, like Gober or something like that. Not Gomer, but it was something like Grover or Gromer. That's what it was Gromer. They take this guy he's willingly goes with them. They take him out into the middle of the woods, and they're telling him that they're going to a bug out, where it's a spot where you can hang out. Usually there's some sort of makeshift house there, usually, and it's used for a lot of times for hunting purposes. That's what it's used for. But they're taking him there in hopes that he's going to get his wiener played with, and hopefully a girl will be there, and he'll have some drinks and have a good time. They're luring him in all the while, and the poor guy, they get so brutal, and the story goes wrong so fast, and it's so infuriating. Like, it upset me. Like, it was one of those things, like, they went way out of line on this, in every way, shape, or form. Very, very rough. Now, this kind of reminded me of a darker, dirty, grittier version of VHS. Was what I kind of got the vibe from, is the VHS trilogy. If you guys are into those three, I'm not huge onto the found footage stuff, but there are a few here and there. I do like the second VHS. I thought that was pretty good. I thought I liked the first one, but I revisited it, and I thought it was absolutely obnoxious, and I didn't like it my second time around. Other than the story of Siren, that one, the very first one, that one's really good. I really enjoyed that story, the one that they made the feature-length film off of. Now, I don't want to give away any. Actually, let's talk about one more. There is a robbery of a restaurant. And that one, that's one of those ones you really can't tell what you're looking at. It's very, very grainy. You're going through several different types of security cam on that one. That one looked very realistic, like the way they rushed the place and the way they took care, like they went through and just handled everything with that one, as far as how you would handle the customers if you were robbing a restaurant like that. But anyways, I'm going to go on to the ratings here. I don't want to give out too much more on this one, because it's kind of wild. Toe tag stuff is worth a watch, in my opinion. I've always enjoyed their films, even though this is probably This is probably my least favorite of all the stuff I've seen. Now, this one is, since it's edited so well, in my opinion, because I feel like editing is a major focal point that needs to be there. Editing, sound, and lighting, those three are very crucial to your film. So you could have a really good script, good acting, but if you have terrible sound, and people are trying to listen to your stuff, and it's very jumbled, that can be a little annoying. So hopefully I don't do that to you guys. But anyways, back to the editing. The editing works very, very well. It's seamless. I didn't see any real problems with anything on that technical side. It was kind of a run of the mill, though. It wasn't anything like yesterday with I Cut Your Flesh. That one had amazing editing. I do say go out and check that one out. That was a very interesting documentary, and they do a great job over there with editing. I'm not gonna lie, very, very good stuff. So I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5 on the technical side. Now, over here on the entertainment side, you got it kind of drags in some places. The acting doesn't matter because it's more of a realistic feel, in my opinion. It really goes for the throat and tries to be a very hard, tough movie, when it really isn't that hard of compared to what they have released before. This was meant to be shocking. I could see how it could be super shocking to mainstream people. Not really my cup of tea, I guess. I didn't like it as much as I really wanted to. Nothing is wrong with it. I think it's a above average film. I think I'm going to give it a 3 on that. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. In my opinion, it's worth it. It's worth it, guys. All right, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I feel like crap. I've blabbered on enough. I'm sure I sounded spotty with how I talked with this one. I'm pretty sure I said a record amount of times. All right, love your faces.